have that intellectual effort in the equation for the law of attraction to work, because it won't work without effort and execution. It's an element of intellectual effort also. Yeah, like attracts like, right? But also, just like Shelley said, she said, okay, this time as we move forward, I'm going to recommend the book, Intellectual Effort, so we can read. And so the next time we get together, we have something to talk about that moves up into the future. So you have to have that intellectual effort in the equation for the law of attraction to work, because it won't work without effort and execution.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
So y'all good with that part of the conversation?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I love that word optimism, because it is so powerful, right? Because if we're not optimistic about the future, that's going to really damper our ability to put forth effort moving forward, right? Because if we can't see it, it's almost like, the people perish for lack of vision, right? You talked about vision. Optimism goes with vision, right? You've got to see something. You've got to know that something's possible in front of you in order to then be motivated to move forward and to take action, right? It's all about taking action.
And also they said, like, that's in the Bible too, like life and death is in the power of the tongue, and those who eat of its fruit, those who love it shall eat of its fruit.
Right? Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's real stuff.
It is.
Like, it is ever living truth.
Mm-hmm.
And because everything that comes out of your mouth, it becomes this magnet. It's magnetized.
Life or death.
So which one do you want? Like,
life.
You have the option optimistic. You have the option optimistic to choose what it is you want, right?
Life.
So I want to share with you 10 challenges that I believe that you must overcome. It's like, and I want you to, like, these are challenges that you must overcome to look forward and to move forward. It's almost like driving a car. If you're driving a car, you don't ever look back unless you're backing up, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, think about that. When you're driving your car, your mind is like, come on. The car is the vehicle. Your mind is the power, right? The vehicle is the body. You never look back in your car to drive forward. So stop looking back.
Always in your mind, back, Lord.
Very true. Go forward. Stop looking back in your mind to go forward. Okay, so y'all ready for the challenges? Number one, which is a really, really big one to overcome, is lack of faith. Mm-hmm. Faith is the substance of all things that's hoped for and the evidence of things unseen, right? Mm-hmm. But I just don't want to say that, because there is one important word. What's that? I don't know if y'all know the whole thing. I think I said it, but there's one more word that's missing. In that, faith is the substance of things hoped for and evidence of things not seen. But what it actually says is now faith. Mm-hmm. Now faith. So there are opportunities that's going to come your way. And often the opportunity will hit you and it start giving you a cold sweat. Oh my God, I don't know if I can do that. You're living back into the identity that people gave you. I don't know if I can do that. Like, your hands get palmy and stuff like that. And it kind of paralyzes you and you have to overanalyze it. And because you know why? You're not exercising now faith. Mm-hmm. It's easy to have faith when things are going well. Mm-hmm. But there's a challenge that you have to overcome when you're presented with an opportunity based on a skill set that you're not quite certain that you have. And to overcome that uncertainty, you have lack of faith. And so you tend to sink back into your comfort zone. Like, I'll just chill. I'll let this one pass me by. And that one opportunity could have been the opportunity that you needed in order to move forward to your next level.
And you just missed it.
And you just missed it. Lord, have mercy. And you just missed it. Number 2, overcoming lack of confidence and courage. Overcoming lack of confidence and courage. You don't have any idea how much power you have to do anything that you want. And you know why? You have a mind. You have a creative mind. There is nothing on this earth that you can't create. Now, it may take you longer than it'd take others, but it doesn't mean you can't do it. Why? You have a mind. You can figure things out. We have like so much free information to us that is accessible to us at our fingertips. There is nothing that you can't do. I mean, nothing. And nobody's going to do what you can't. Nobody is really going to do for you what you can do for yourself. Nobody is ever going to do for you what you can do for yourself. Nobody. I don't even care if you pay them. Number 3, belief. Believe in who you are. Like, build up a strong belief system and start appreciating who you are. Believe that you can do anything and have anything and think any way that you want. Why? Because you can. Why are you doing this, Marnita? Because I can. Number 4, overcoming fixed personality types. Overcoming fixed personality types. You often heard people say, well, that's just the way I am.
Mm-hmm.
All the time.
It's not. It's that they're too lazy to do something about it.
That's how you choose to be.
Huh?
That's
Yeah,
how
they choose to be. Like, I'm so shy and timid. Because you want to be. That's not just the way you are, because personality is dynamic. It's not static. Personality is dynamic. It's not static. And so many people buy into these personality tests that they took like when they were kids, and they end up leaving that. They end up living into that for a lifetime. You are not who you were when you were 15. Stop it. Shut up. And when people choose to like stay there, I'm sorry, babe, but I gotta leave you there. I just can't take that ride with you. I'm not sorry, but I'm just telling you, I can't take that ride with you. I'm not sorry for me, but I'm just telling you, I just can't be in that room with you, because you are still in my gifts and talents and abilities to do what I need to do, because I'm trying to help you pull out the muck and the mire of your circumstance. I don't have the energy. I barely have enough energy to take care of myself. There's no such thing as fixed personalities. There's not. Now, if you choose to live there, I still love you, but I just can't be there with you. 5. Is this helping?
Yeah, I never thought of that like that, that your personality is not fixed. That's
It's
true.
not. Stop living into that.
Yep.
It's not fixed. You choose what your personality can be. And so how I began to change that, because people used to say, you're so quiet, right? And part of me was reserved. You know what I started doing? Like, even in my day-to-day beings, and people speak to me now, like I go out and work, I walk every day, and people will come up to me. No, I used to I said, I'm going to look 10 people in the eye today and just say hello, just because, right? I didn't even know these people. But it gave me like this outgoing personality. Where I was before, like when I was young, I was more reserved. Like I wouldn't go up and speak to a stranger. I can't live into because those tests you have to fill in like A through E. You have to fill in certain things for the test, right? I'm going to let that hold me hostage for the rest of my life because of what a piece of paper, a score that I had on a piece of paper 10 years ago. Are you kidding me?
That's crazy.
Number 6, a faulty operation system.
Did we do 5?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
did we do
5.
Maybe
I'm so
I missed
sorry.
it.
5, girl. Yeah, don't let me miss one because these are good. 5 is overcoming unhealthy conversations. Ooh. With yourself and others. Because we all need relationships, right? So first and foremost, we have to overcome the unhealthy conversations that we have with ourselves. And because we really want to communicate with people well, we need to overcome unhealthy conversations with them also, which means, like we were talking about in the beginning, to be aware of the conversations they're having with us and to be able to address it when it comes out. Because a lot of times, like people will talk to me and they'll say something like the whole trying and the should and I can, and somebody said something to me this morning. Like I hated something, but there was a big benefit for that person on the other end. I said, so you're trying to tell me you hate doing something that gives you like a 5,000 annual benefit a year, and you're complaining about like 6 hours that you had to input for this particular situation, but it's benefiting you by $5,000 a year? Like, well, I didn't mean it like that, but that's what you said. I know you didn't mean it, but I'm just trying to understand what you mean, because I know what you said, but you're benefiting from this situation. It's giving you like a return on your investment, like $5,000 a year. And you only you probably had to spend like 3 or 4 hours more than you would have liked, but everybody has to pay the piper. You can't expect to go through this life without reciprocity. It's a give and take. And how can you be trusted with more if you can't appreciate the little bit that you have? If you can't appreciate the little bit that you have, like, oh my God, I want to make so much more. You can't steward over the little bit that you have. You're not appreciative of it. So why should you be giving more? Does that make sense? Number 6, faulty operation systems. Overcoming faulty operation systems. Oftentimes we'll come to events like this, or we'll read something that really inspires you, and we have it, like we're conscious and aware of it, but it's hard to download that information onto a faulty operating system. It's almost like if you have IBM and Mac, right? If you tried to download IBM software onto the Mac, what do you get?
Crap.
An error message, right? It can't happen, right? Why? Oh, this is so good. Why?
The wrong operating system.
The two systems are incompatible. Right. And so we wonder why we go to these like personal development events and we get inspired, and that inspiration lasts us all about 2-3 days. And then it goes. Why? Because that information can't download on our faulty operation system. Error, like I don't recognize that. So we have a responsibility to overcome to create an operating system that is in alignment with the operating system of success, of perpetual victory, of positivity. Because what we're operating on now, which is faulty, is buying into failure and lack and not enough and I can't, that can't download onto that. A success operating system cannot download onto a faulty operating system. Well, I went to 10 success events this week, and I listened to like 20 YouTube personal development success YouTube videos this week, but I just still can't get it right because you haven't retrained your operating systems of your subconscious. It can't download. You're going to get an error each time. That error is that it just leaves you. It's fleeting. I don't recognize that system. What y'all trying to do to me? Number 8 is kind of like similar to number 5, but it's self-defeating conversations.
I don't think we did 7.
Oh, girl, stop. Number 7, girl, you are keeping me on track.
I'm doing numbers.
Okay, number 7, overriding your mental patterns. You have existing mental patterns. How do you override them? That's like that arc that we talked about, right? How do you override it? How do you short circuit it? Because your mental patterns is what gives you your circumstances that you live into. Overriding your mental patterns. 8. Am I right, Deb?
Yep.
Self-defeating conversations. Self-defeating conversations. Now, it's one thing to be critical of the things that you have going on, but it's a whole nother conversation to be cruel. Stop being cruel to yourself. You have to overcome that self-defeating conversations. Number 9, aimlessness. This is a big one. Y'all have to have some direction as to where it is you're going. When you get in your car, you have an intention and you expect to be someplace by a certain time. Thus, that is the same criteria that you need for your life. You get in your car, in your mind, you expect and have an intention to go somewhere. You drive your body there and you expect to be there by a certain time. Anytime you're going somewhere, somebody, where you going? You tell them where you're going. But if I ask you what you want in the next year, you're like, I don't know. Stop telling yourself, I don't know. Because you know, you have to have the courage and the confidence to say it. And determine what that's going to look like when you get there. And do like Shelley did, create a strategy of what needs to have happened before you get there. And number 10, overcoming the lack of expectation. You have to expect something to have anything. If you don't expect it, guess what? It's not going to happen. You have to expect it. Like, yeah, I'm creating this ebook for the people I want to serve by the end of this year. If that's your desire. Yes, I'm going to increase my income by $50,000 within the next year because I expect that to happen. And this is what I need to do in order to make that happen. Because if anybody can do it, I can do it. I have the skills and the resources and the connections and the relationships in order to help me get there. And I have full faith that I see what I want and I know it's there, but the only way that I can get there is to have the intention and courage and the intellectual effort in order to make it happen. Hello, I am Dr. Marnita on fire from P3 Purposepreneur TV. Thank you for stopping by our channel today, and I hope you enjoyed this conversation. If so, like, subscribe, share, and leave a purposeful comment. Again, from P3 Purposepreneur TV, where purposepreneurs are pattern makers and pattern makers are move makers. Goodbye.